far background, and I want to show you how you can use the technique of the lasso tool and the paintbrush together to create very defined and structured edges and easily and effectively. So what I'll do is, I'm going to move through it again in the exact same way. I might move my color swatches over to the right. It's a bit easier. And first of all, I'm just going to block in the tone, and this is obviously on a clipping mask above the grayscale layer, as per usual. So I want this building really to be the focal point, as I said, so it's going to be very bright and lit very, very, very much from the direct light source. So the side here will be in shadow and the left-hand side will be in light. Okay, and then to the right of this structure is going to be another kind of rocky outcrop thing, rocky outcrop. So I'll just really rough and loosely block that in. And those are my mountains behind. So I'm going to hide the mountains so that I can focus on this building. And now switching to the lasso tool, I'm going to use this lasso. This is the polygonal lasso. You're basically drawing out the, let's say, the silhouette shape or the very outline of the structure. So there may be some things along the edge that give it a bit more of a definition. And now with that selected, I'm going to go over and paint again. And that's going to give me the very straight edges that I need for this building. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is try and give some definition. So it's one thing to have a silhouette, but we also need to know, what the building looks like. So with a smaller brush, I'm just going to indicate where I want sort of shadows to be that will give that definition and that structure. All right, so that really is enough at this stage to give the impression and to give the sense of what that building kind of looks like. I'm not going to do the details yet, but I'm very happy with the way that looks within the whole scene. And it does read really strong. It's like a very interesting focal point within the painting. So I am going to make this pathway that leads towards it be a bit more defined. I'm thinking this actually could be, a dry riverbed or something like that. So the next thing I want to do are the far mountains or the far background. Again, going to create a clipping mask above my grayscale layer and start adding in some tones. So obviously these are very far in the background, so they're going to be much lighter in tone than any of the foreground elements, much more suggestive, much more kind of atmospheric. And luckily enough, we don't have to do too much detail on those mountains in the background, so we can just give them the suggestion or the hint of definition through brushwork and through colors. And I think that looks really great. The only thing is really not working is the sky, but that's, that's easily fixed. I think for everything else, I'm loving the colors. I love the sense of scale and the contrast in tones. I love the dark foreground with the hint of character and that focal point in the background. It's all working really well. It's looking like a balanced and well-composed image. So that's great. That's a big relief because, getting the first color pass down will always be, the litmus test or the make or break point in your composition. You can have like a really nicely defined grayscale painting, and then when you add your colors, it sort of falls apart. So having this now all kind of feel cohesive is really a good sign for moving forwards. It means that the next phase of the project will probably be, quite detail oriented, but it's built on a solid foundation. So join me in the next video and we'll fix up the sky and move on to the next phase of this painting.